Hey, I'm excited to show you yet another way to feed your chickens for free. We just built this eco-friendly, self-harvesting black soldier fly larvae system. Wow, that was a lot of words. Not only is this system made with all natural materials, which is a huge plus, it's considered superior because this terracotta pot is breathable, unlike all the plastic tote systems that you see. All right, first things first, you're gonna need your bin. And in this case, a terracotta pot. This was given to us by my uncle. You can find these used sometimes at garden centers. So this is what we're gonna start with. And we did consider getting a plastic tote, but I had it for about a week in my garage. And when I went to open it, I was blown away by all of the off-gassing chemicals. It was awful. And so I looked at my wife and I was like, we gotta do something different. And so we thought of this. I've done the research, guys, and I'm super optimistic about this. Very excited. So let's go ahead and get it over there. All right, now we are on to making our bin and getting it ready for the black soldier fly larvae. First thing you're gonna do is make sure that your bin is in an area that gets shade all day, preferably. If it gets a little bit of sun here and there, that's not a big deal. We are gonna build this right here out in the open for the purposes of you having good sunlight so you can see everything I'm doing. But ideally, this needs to be in the shade. So we will be moving this ultimately. But for this video, I wanted you to have good lighting. All right, so first things first, we want to make sure we put something down like a piece of cardboard or a piece of plywood, something that's going to allow the black soldier fly larvae that come out, if they do come out during the night, they have an area to go up underneath, and then you can flip this over in the morning and the chickens can eat them. And we're going to put these bricks here just as a kind of stabilize, just something to hold this terracotta pot in place. I'm going to get it up off the ground. This gives the bin good airflow and just keeps it off the dirt. Next thing, you're going to take a burlap sack like this, and we're going to double this up. So I've just kind of folded it over like this. We're going to be putting this on the bottom here. So I'm just going to get an idea of the size I want. This is going to be like kind of a filter so that things won't spill out through the bottom. And so right there is good. So I'm actually going to come and just cut. You can get burlap sacks at local feed stores. This thing costed me like a couple dollars and some change. All right, we've got this cut. We're folding it over, dropping it in the bottom here. And then we're gonna take our gravel. Keep in mind that this burlap will need to probably be replaced every so often because it is biodegradable. So we're gonna put about 1 inch to 2 inches like that on the bottom here. This is not a specific, fancy kind of stone. All it is like, this is like road base from my driveway. All right, now we're gonna put a few inches of this wood chip mulch. You can also use pine shavings if you don't have wood chip mulch. I'm just doing a couple inches here just to cover it like that. All right, now that we've got our carbon in here, we're gonna take our scrap bucket. We're just gonna dump this all in here. We've got just different things from the kitchen, so don't be worried. Oh, there's need to be this, and that. I mean, there might be a couple of lemons in there. Yeah, you don't want a ton of lemons, but a couple here and there is fine. We've got pineapple inside here, cuttings and all types of different things that these guys are gonna love. Black soldier fly will come, lay their eggs, and put larvae in these types of systems from spring all the way through summer, even in through fall, and then winter is when they all calm down, right? And so if you get a good system going, we can harvest these black soldier fly larvae, blanch them, flirt it first, and then you can dry them out on trays if you have a dehydrator. But for this purpose, for this system, they're gonna be eating fresh larvae as they come out. And so now what we're gonna do is we could leave it like this and put our lid on, which, I have these little pieces of wood. These are gonna kind of create spaces here, right? Some gaps. Put our little lid on top of here that fits on there. And we can put the stones on there so the wind doesn't blow it off. And we could wait. But we've already got larvae in our compost pile. And so if we bring those and put them in here, we're gonna create a nice environment because they're gonna have what's called frass, which is like their poop, right? And all those things are gonna have bacteria that's gonna kickstart this bin. So let's go now and let's harvest us some of the black soldier fly larvae and some of their frass. Right, now we've got our black soldier fly larvae in here, along with some compost from the compost bins. That's going to have all that good bacteria that's going to get this thing started up real nicely. And we're just going to cover the top with that material right here. So see, these are some young ones. Once they fully mature, they will get all the melanin and their bodies will turn black, pretty much black like charcoal, and then they'll crawl up out of this bin when they're ready to become black soldier fly. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put these boards on top of here. This is just, again, gonna be our spacers to make sure that this lid stays off the top here. And then once we get that secure, we're gonna bring our stones. I'm just using what I have, okay? Whatever you have laying around, you just take those, set them on top. This is just so the wind doesn't blow this off. If you enjoyed this topic on black soldier fly larvae, make sure to stay tuned because we will be doing a follow-up video on this very system to show you how it's doing. Also, if you want to see more videos on how to feed chickens for free, be sure to subscribe. Leave us a comment below if you have any suggestions for us on this system, or if you just want to say hello. God bless y'all in Jesus' name. We'll see you in the next one. So right here are our American Bresse chicks. We got them from my good friend Mike over at Bresse Farms. As some of you saw in one of my previous videos, they're doing really, really good. Show you right now, like look at the size. I mean, they just look really nice. They got those cool gray legs here. Mike is selling these chicks for very reasonable right now. I saw that normally they're like 20 and they're down to $10 a piece, I think. There's a lot of other sites you go to, they're gonna be $20 or more per chick. I don't earn anything on commission, so that should tell you that it's nothing based on that. It's just that I wanna help my friend out. I wanna get the word out. He's just a really cool guy, and he's willing to work with y'all as well. So just, you know, reach out to him, tell him what's going on. All right, and then here's one of those orphan chicks that we just kind of tossed in the mix. Look how beautiful this bird is. Look at that. Beautiful girl. I think it's a girl. Could be a roo. Just wanted to give you an update on these amazing birds.